I have eyes everywhere, and a birdie just told me, let me in on some horrific, I can't even put it in words, kind of mistakes that you guys have made on Raid Shadow Legends that I didn't even know were possible making. Today I'm gonna warn, hopefully, some people away from making some of these atrocities. I wouldn't even call them mistakes. It's straight up, are you in need of a book to read? Maybe this video will help you out. So stick around and find out how some people have genuinely wrecked their accounts. And if you're one of those people, you have the chance to start all over using my beginner promo link, which you can find in the description box below. Is gonna get you Bambas 4-leaf as a starter champion and Ugo at level 15, and Ugo is just as good as a legendary, you guys. And you can also use the code Monkey King to get yourself some Wukong entirely for free the moment you set up your new account. And your third legendary is gonna be Alice the Wanderer once you get up to your 7th day and you log in consistently for your rewards. There you have it, you guys. Hop on that offer while you still can, and thank you for supporting my channel doing so. Now, do I need to remind y'all how rare it is to actually pull a legendary champion? Let's look at the odds again. It's 0.5 for Ancients and Voids, 1% for Primals, and 6% for Sacreds. When do we pull? On 2x events. Correct. Never in the history of Raid have I heard of a more stupid thing than using a legendary champion, even if it's a double, for a book or for food. I learned that some people have used legendary champions for food, you guys.
Never.
If you ever pull a legendary champion, at the very least, stick them in your vault and never look at them again. If you hate them, if you get a double, I'm reminding you, there's a thing called Faction Guardians. You want to fill up these slots. Do I need to remind you there is empowerment? You can empower your good champions with their doubles when you're done building the Faction Guardians in the Guardian Ring. So never, ever, ever, ever use your legendaries for anything else but leveling them up, building them out. In the worst case, empowering Faction Guardians. Faction Guardians should take priority, and that's the #1 thing that you want to do. And that applies for good epic champions as well, man. Like, you don't want to be using whatever champion for food. There are plentiful of ways to make food. Don't be lazy. Get on that grind. And if anything, you can always try and earn some chickens. You know what I mean? That's as far as just some CVCs are gonna get ya with the restart chickens. You know what I mean? Again, you're gonna make it all the way up to 5 stars with a little bit of grinding campaign. You can do it. But legendaries for books? Now that's messy. Now on the topic of legendary things, you absolutely should not use legendary skill tomes or epic skill tomes on rare champions. What are you doing using legendary skill tomes on anyone but legendary champions? There's a clear match and match system here, you guys. Legendary goes with legendary, epic goes with epic, and rare goes with rare, purely because otherwise you're wasting materials. And if you pay close attention, if you pay very close attention, and I'm gonna show it with the rare, you can choose from all of the books that you have to book out your champions, and that's bait. So just remember the colors. And that's the #1 thing that you enter your noggin. And I really, really hope that beginners are watching this video, because guys, and I thought that it was very intuitive, but never spend your legendary skill tomes on rares or epics. And I'm not even gonna start talking about the mythicals. The mythicals you leave alone. Alone. I have a mythical champion with 2 mythical skill tomes. I'm not using them. Leave them alone. Ultimately, you wanna focus on building one champion per. So when you get 1 legendary, just focus on stuffing them with all of your legendary skill tomes that you have, if they're worth building out. If they're not worth building out, don't use them for food. Another thing that I know people have done, and that's also a little confusing. You're gonna be able to level up your champions using brews, right? Which we only do during champion trainings. But I've seen people do this. And I've seen people do this. And do this. I'll give you a hint. The brews have a mark on them for a reason. They give you more XP when they're applied to a champion of the same affinity. So you're gonna have to apply the XP brews that are of spirit affinity to spirit champions. like so, and they're gonna give you 18,750 XP per brew. If you use a potion of the wrong affinity, it's just gonna give you about 7,000 XP less, which is why would you wanna sacrifice that, right? The only time you wanna be feeding XP brews during champion trainings, I already mentioned that. Okay. Good. We're good on potions. Hey, pay attention. Those, I would say, are the biggest game breakers. Now, I know a lot of people that won't join a clan because it seems a little intimidating. Because it's a little, oh, I'm forced to work with people. Guys, you have no idea what you're missing out on. If you're not in a clan and you're just actively choosing to phase out clan bosses and sieges, you're missing out on half of the game. That's half of the content. You don't even have to talk to your clan members ever. Which, by the way, we do have a clan chat and just a Discord group that if you wanna join in for a community, you're welcome in the Discord group. We try and chat there, but you can meet a lot of raid people. You can meet a lot of people, just generally, not just people that share your raid interest, but people that share your overall interests, you guys. You can find friends on here. You should actively try and meet people. As for clans, right? And clan versus clan is I'm not even gonna go as far as to talk about clan versus clan because yes, that's the competitive part of it, and siege as well. But clan boss, Hydra, and Chimera have nothing to do with teamwork other than having consistent members in your clan that just do these things every day. And there's nothing else to it, really. But you get amazing rewards from these. To name a few, you're gonna start getting sacred shards from here. Way more shards than you're getting from just raiding dungeons and potion keeps. The chances are higher the higher up you go, but for that you need also good champions and strong teammates and every star to align in your favor. But hitting Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare with your clan is a milestone, right? So the same goes for Hydra and Chimera, and I'm gonna start talking about relics and artifacts here because in Hydra and Chimera, you're gonna start getting, well, Hydra in particular has amazing gear. It comes with protection, it comes with stone skin, it comes with these really good artifact sets that you're gonna wanna have when you enter mid-game and you start building a little more complicated champions and your champions to deal more damage and to stay alive for longer. Here you also get champion fragments. And Mithril is one of the craziest free-to-play, I would say completely free-to-play because Mithril is just a fragment champion you're gonna earn from Hydra. She is free-to-play, and she is one of the most insane free-to-play legendaries. If you don't know that already. I mean, look at her. Oh my god, I'm getting chills. Do I need to elaborate? She removes all debuffs, she has a debuff strip, it's crazy stuff, and you get, she's a void, and you get her from raiding Chimera. And if that wasn't enough, in Hydra, you're gonna start getting Embers fragments. Embers is a mythical champion. And if you get Embers, which you might, you get Embers before Lady Mikage, he's a good support champion, you guys. He removes that stone skin that we just talked about. Places a true fear on all enemies. He comes with a great set of utilities, you guys. And he's probably gonna be your first mythical champion. Do you realize how much you're missing out on joining a clan? Hop on it, you guys. There ain't nothing scary about it. But it is something that will set you back for a long time if you don't.
Next!
I genuinely don't know about anyone who fell for these, considering that we have these. But this is absurd. Completely X the ancient shards that you see here in the pack shop for money. Please, you guys, you can do better with the cash. You can do so much better with that money. For the value that you're putting in the game, you're gonna get a bunch of offers in-game anyway. The same applies for here. Like, I mean, if you want to. I'm no one to judge. But the ancient shards is diabolical. Diabolical. Because look at this, you guys. A 15-pack, let's say, for $99 versus an 11-pack. For 900 gems. Affordable. I want to also touch upon the Great Hall. You see this, right? I've only booked out one level. One level, hear me out. One level is fine. It's only, what, 50 medals. It's fine for a long-term grind. But if you go ahead and you start blocking them out with the second and the thirds, stop. Stop. Focus them all onto your accuracy. Accuracy and choose one. Choose which affinity champions need that accuracy. Go for accuracy. Don't ask any questions. Just do what I say. This one you can trust me on because I ate a lot of garbage from people that kept telling me, what you're doing is wrong. But it's just one level. I really wanted to see if that bonus is gonna affect every stage. It doesn't, is what I'm saying. You're gonna spread yourself too thin. These medals are very hard to obtain. Gold is crazy hard, crazy grindy. If you don't believe me, come back to this video when you're in gold and then comment. Maybe you're right. I'm sorry. I should have listened to you. Gold is grindy. Until you get to gold 4 or 5, you're gonna have a hard time making these medals, so focus them all in your accuracy. I'm saying this because your Arbiter missions are coming up, you guys. Coming up. If you're in the last couple of levels, checkpoints, you're gonna see things like this. And it's gonna take you weeks, months to get them. That's not where it ends, you guys. You wanna get to these ASAP. Arbiter is a must-have in Arena. If you have Arbiter in Arena, you start the Speed War. The Speed War has to be won for you to win your medals. It gets serious. That is if you're a serious player, but Arbiter's free. The utility that Arbiter has is insane. So here, we already mentioned 3 completely free champions that you get in this game that are above legendary quality and above, that if you just purposefully avoid certain areas in the game, you're never gonna get to experience. And while these things might not be the most pleasant things to do in the game, they are what help you progress, you guys.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
Speaking of progress, I have to dive down some faction war crypts because we have abandoned these stages. I want to make y'all feel better about making these mistakes because it's not just about roasting y'all. Like, I've had my fun. Now, this is just a game. It is not your life. Well, I hope you found this enjoyable, and I'll catch you guys again in the next one. Bye! Oh man, and I hope you learned from this.